Today I'm going to teach you how to embroider on a tote. These totes come in a variety of colors and sizes. Today I'm working on the metallic trim boat tote, and we're going to talk about different ways to embroider this tote using a flatbed home embroidery machine. So grab your machine and let's get stitching. Here are all the tools and materials you will need for embroidering on this tote. You can find them all listed in the description below. There are two places you can embroider on this tote. On the front, just above the pocket, which I think would be really great for just adding a name or a monogram. And if you were adding something a little larger, you could embroider on the back side. You have a little bit more space, but I want to point out that you would definitely need to flip up the inside pocket so that you don't accidentally stitch through all those layers. Choose an appropriate size design, or in my case, I'm adding built-in lettering with my nickname, which is Suki, to your machine. If your machine has an auto basting stitch, then add it to the design now. This way, the auto basting will secure the tote to the stabilizer before your design even starts to stitch. Rotate your design and choose the appropriate hoop as needed that is in your machine. Now let's prepare our embroidery stabilizer. First off, loosen the hoop screw and cut a large enough piece of sticky stabilizer to fit within the hoop. With the paper side facing right side up and the stabilizer towards the bottom, insert the stabilizer in the hoop. And you'll notice that I kind of flatten it within the hoop, and this helps when I'm placing the inside hoop into the back portion of the hoop, and it just kind of helps smooth it all in. You're going to need to adjust your screw so that the inside hoop will fit into the back hoop. Once you get it inside, tighten it up by tightening that screw, and then you can flatten everything out. Cut off the excess stabilizer, and with a straight pin, you're going to score the paper in the shape of an X. And with the tip of the pin, remove the extra pieces of the paper and discard the extra paper, which will ultimately expose the sticky adhesive stabilizer. Now let's decide on the placement of the embroidery. We want to find the center by folding it onto itself in one direction and then folding it a second direction so that we can find the true center of the area we want to embroider. And right at that center mark area, we're going to place one of our crosshair stickers. Once you open the area back up, you'll see that you've created a temporary fold, and we'll just place the sticker directly over that temporary fold, and then be sure to open that top flap so we don't accidentally stitch over it. Press the sticker on so it's nice and secure. Now it's time to turn our tote bag inside out. I think a tote bag is a lot easier to embroider when it is laying flat inside out. Now we're going to test where the hoop is going to be placed in correspondence to our tote bag. In my case, the hoop clamps onto my machine to the left side of the hoop. Insert a brand new needle, thread the top of your machine, and insert a bobbin. Attach the hoop to the embroidery module. Now it's time to place that tote bag over the center of your stabilizer. Make sure that you align the center sticker up with the center of where the needle is. Press the tote bag down nice and flat onto that sticky stabilizer and adjust the placement as needed. Since I added the automatic basting stitch, it will sew the basting stitch first and then the embroidering of the lettering. Make sure you remove the crosshair sticker before you start stitching. Go ahead and start sewing your basting stitch now. You'll notice that I'm holding on to the bag to make sure it's nice and secure onto the stabilizer to get it going. Once your auto baste has finished, you can go ahead and begin stitching your design. Stay near your machine while you're stitching this tote bag, and even though it's inside out, you're still going to need to hold the straps and some of those extra pieces of the tote bag out of the way of the needle. When embroidering is finished, carefully remove the hoop from the machine. Lay your tote bag on a flat surface and using a pair of snips, remove the basting stitch and any jump threads. Remove any of the stabilizer that you would like. And now it's time to fill up your tote and use it.